Hey y'all, it's your boy Big Mike. You know that dude you be seeing on the streets and be like, hey, ain't that dude that be doing them YouTube videos? Yeah, that's me. And for today's topic, we're having a part two of the interracial dating, but this is more about the kids today. So I have a little breakfast here and some scrambled eggs with some diced up bacon in it and some toast or wheat toast or whatever I'm going to be eating while I go over a few of these little points or whatever about interracial kids. So bear with me for a minute, y'all. Got to get my eat on. I haven't eaten anything. Well, it's just like 12 here right now. So, but it's like I've been up since like about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So just let me get a quick bite in real quick. My eggs got cold. Writing down a few little important things that I wanted to talk about, but I'm not going to just go and reheat it. Just got to get into this, y'all. What did y'all have for breakfast? I just got finished reading this article about what you should just some things that you should discuss with your interracial kids. When they're young and as they grow up and have kids of their own and stuff like that. And I'm not going to go in order of how I read it. I just jotted some things down. But the first one is an accent. And I'm just going to, there's different kinds of mixed or interracial kids, or whatever you want to call them. But for the most part, I'm going to just be talking about white and black. Since that is what mostly affects me. I have white people in my family. Well, the people I'm related to. I'm not just going to actually, outright call them family anymore because they don't just act like family. and you really need to look at the first video that I made about interracial dating to really get a feel on why I say that we're not family, but we're just no blood related. Because to me, there is a difference. But the first thing I want to talk about is kind of brief, is the accent that these interracial kids have. And it's kind of mostly about pronunciation. One of my younger cousins, he had or has kids by a white girl or white lady, and he grew up for the most part in a mostly white neighborhood. So I mean, he grew up listening to Elvis and the Beatles and stuff like that. So there was a kind of cultural musical detachment, because it's like he wasn't even interested in the kind of rap music and stuff like that until we got into our mid-teens. And it's like he even bust a rhyme or whatever once he got familiar with the whole rapping and rhyming thing, stuff like that. But the way he talked, if you didn't actually see him, just had a conversation with him over the phone, you would probably think that he was a white person, because that's how he sounded like that. I mean, he just, like I said, he grew up around mostly white people, so his slang was Caucasian. So, like I said, with pronunciation, people from different countries might pronounce the word water as water, like a clump of something, like a wad, like water. I mean, it's like, even in this country, I mean, you can be like from up north in New York or something, and even the same black person might pronounce it water instead of water. So I mean, it's not just being a mixed or interracial person, but just growing up in the surroundings. Your slang has a lot to do with who you grew up around or whatever. Cultural differences is like, I've seen this one white guy whose YouTube channel I follow. His name is Joel Hansen, and he's got these real huge earlobe earrings or whatever in his ear, and he's from Canada. So I don't. He's not like biracial, but it's just that's something that I was just picking out because it just popped up in my head. Him and this other white lady is Molly Schuyler. She's got like a whole bunch of earrings, all in her ears. She's got like about like maybe 10, 12 piercings. Her and this other white guy named Brandon Garbage Disposal Clark. He's got a bunch of earrings in his ears, and I thought that that was just something that they just stole from my black culture. I mean, because that's from my inside looking out, an African thing. The whole bones in your nose. I mean, they don't just like wear bones in their nose anymore these days. Well, in America, whatever. No, they have like little hoop earrings and stuff like that. And I didn't have the one that was just hanging out from my nose, but I did have my nose pierced, like when I was in my 20s or whatever. Don't have it now, the hole closed up and everything. So I mean, it's like I had my eyebrow pierced, and then I had my tongue pierced. So I think that's it's I think it's an African thing. It's just I don't just like identify that as Caucasians just you know getting a whole lot of piercings unless it's here in America. And how your kids grow up, kind of just it starts off as as a kid, you just gotta wear what your parents buy for you, and then like when you get in your teens and you get your allowance or whatever, and just start buying more of what you like because that's what your friends are wearing. And it's you just want to fit in when you just get into your teens or whatever. So you just gotta find your own fashion sense, and everybody else around you just gotta accept that this is just how you want to dress. It's like when you get into your teens and stuff like that, you just want to like kind of pick a side, so to speak. It's like I had this one girl who had black parents, but she was an albino. So she had no, she always kept her hair done. No, it was always permed, and I never like seen her like wear braids and stuff like that. It was always permed, and with her being albino, her hair color was blonde. So and she just like always, she was a nice looking woman. I mean, I just like when I saw her, she just looked like white or whatever because albinos don't have that melanin. But with most of her, well, her parents were both black, I'm guessing. But she always hung around black people, like when we were in high school or whatever. So I mean, it's like when you're an albino or interracial, and you have to pick a side, looking as light skinned as she was, you kind of like I said, you just kind of got to pick a side because society is going to look at you as being, what they say, passing as white. It's like I can't remember this movie that I saw. It was with Halle Berry in it back when no, this was like during slavery times. She grew up very light skinned and she was passing for white when she was trying to leave the plantation or whatever. So it's like she got more preferential treatment until white folks found out that she was actually black. Like I said, back then and even now, a lot of white people look at you a certain way when they find out you're black or whatever. And like this, the thumbnail, it says it's the one drop rule. Excuse me. If you have one drop of black blood in you, they look at you as you're being black. A lot of these racist white Ku Klux Klansmen, they'll be around they KKK friends and down with nigger and all of this, but behind closed doors they'll bend a black woman over and have their way with her and end up having a biracial child. I'm just like really confused with why a lot of white people don't like black people but try to be exactly like us. Why you hate me and want to be just like me? I mean, this white people, they sit on lay up on beaches and try to get a tan, and I've seen white people have dreads, and it's kind of vice versa in some ways also, because white people, they get a hot comb and try to straighten their hair, and dark skinned people be like getting blonde hair. I'm like, that it don't look natural to me. I don't get that. I'm missing the whole program of trying to identify as someone else. Like, be happy being you. If God wanted you to have my skin complexion, and He would have made you black. That's the thing about what I like most about interracial kids, especially black and white, is their rainbow shade of color. Like I said, with the situation with Halle Berry in that movie, like I said, I can't remember the name of the movie, but no, they can be dang near white looking, and then it's like my cousin's wife's sister is darker than I am, and her mother's white, and I'm guessing that her dad is black also, but the variation in color is like just mind blowing. Like I would really love to have an interracial child, but not with a white person. That is dang near against my religion over here. I will never, ever, ever, let me repeat that again, ever have sex with a white woman and end up having a kid by her. If I do have a kid by a white woman, know this. She slipped about 10 date rape drugs in my beverage and had her way with me, and it was not a consensual thing for me to end up having some white or mixed biracial kid, because no. I mean, you can say that I'm racist or whatever, but you haven't like walked a mile in my shoes to know what I've had to endure as far as being black and having white people in my surroundings or whatever. So I mean, it's like you can roll your eyes or shake your head at me about it, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to mess off with no white woman. I'd rather mess off with an Arab woman than to mess off with some white woman. That's just me. I have an addiction or an infatuation, you could call it, with Japanese. That whole culture has just got me just turned out. I don't know no other way to explain it. I'm addicted to sushi and the whole kimonos and like tea right now. Tea is real big in Japan. I mean, their alcohol of choice is sake, but I'm gonna get into that a little bit later this year, because I've tried sake like once for sure, but I'm gonna get me a pretty little bottle of sake probably around um Christmas time or whatever. But yeah, this tea is the thing. It's like I love Lipton tea. I mean, on their commercials they say it's a sipping tea, but I have diabetes, so I run through any kind of fluids. It don't matter if it's water, beer, Kool-Aid, tea, alcohol, fluid. I need large amounts of fluid. And as you can see, or about to see, I'm about to guzzle the rest of what's in this bottle here. I can't get enough of this stuff, man. Dry mouth is something serious. Then it's like when you have interracial kids, no, the grandparents, they have to be accepting, because their child had a biracial kid. So when they get around, they want to say, well, you need to raise the kid with this kind of values. Well, with their being white, they got to do this way and not hang around those people, even though those people are. They used to hang around those people because, like I said, with my cousin's wife, her mother has mixed kids or biracial kids or whatever. And like I said in the first video, there was this situation that jumped off, and it was all hell no ish type of situation. You have to go back and look at the video, like look for the interracial dating. And yeah, I explained like what happened or whatever. But yeah, these white folks are something serious over here, I tell you, boy. But it's like when you come from, well, you link up with a different race and they speak a different language. This is one of by far the most enriching things that I see about dating outside your race. It's like with Japanese, it's like I even learned a few words in Japanese. As far as when you get ready to eat, you say "itai dakimasu." This is kind of like you're saying grace or whatever. You're being thankful for, how the person who farmed the vegetables and know, raised the well, not horses, but cows and chickens and pigs and stuff like that. What happened for what you're about to eat to end up on your plate? So, itai dakimasu. Then there's konnichiwa, which is kind of like a greeting, whatever, hello or something like that. And I'm not gonna just go in detail about every single word that I know, but when you get to link up with somebody and you got kids that end up reaping the benefit of knowing a second language, that looks real good when they go to fill out an application that they know this other language. I mean, their business will benefit in a situation where some foreign person comes over and they only speak their language, and you come in and, okay, I know American and I just, for example, know Japanese. So you get over there and you chop it up with translating what needs to be said for these documents and contracts to get signed and stuff like that. So that's highly beneficial for them. I'm sure that any company would find value in someone that knows multiple languages. It's called being bilingual. But yeah, highly encourage for your child to learn their home language of whoever it is. And let's see here. The way they dress, that is an important thing. Like I said, when you're a kid, your parent dresses you or whatever according to how their financials dictate or whatever. But once they get older, they're gonna want to dress like how their friends dress, to quote unquote fit in. So I mean, it's I'm just, excuse my language, I'm gonna use the word wigger because white people, they want to just adapt to our black culture and just wear things that the way black folks wear them and stuff like that, and just, oh, I'm cool, I got a black friend. The hell? I mean, it's like it's like I said, vice versa. You can say the same thing about black people, and them hot combing their hair, putting perms in there to kind of fit in with their white people, They don't want to go to the job and then be discriminatory about having nappy hair, so they wear it straight and all this other stuff. I mean, just to fit in and get ahead at the workplace, and it's like, man, ugh. I mean, it's like if you, as an American, move over to a different country, you're going to have to learn their language. You should want to fit in to a certain degree, so you wear what they wear, or you stand to just stick out or whatever. So yeah, you want to be comfortable but still adhere to the cultural dress code. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else I've missed here. I'm just going off my notes. That's pretty much it. But yeah, it's like the main thing with kids from mixed marriages or just relationships or whatever is they're getting the best and the worst in some cases of both races. You going to be a bridge, being the next generation between black and white. So hopefully you can use this quality asset or whatever you want to call it to just make the world a better place. I mean, you're identifying as both, even though society may say with being black and white that you're no the one drop rule, you're being looked at as black. So I mean, it's how society looks at you, and then when you're standing in front of the mirror, how you look at yourself. I mean, it's nowhere in the world where you can go and there's just a race of interracial kids that grew up around just other interracial kids and not have the outside influence of, okay, well, he's mixed with this and this. She's dark skinned but she acts white, whatever. I mean, it's so many variables, and you just gotta wake up, live your life, and go back to sleep thinking that you did the best that you could do during that day. And with that being said, that's gonna pretty much do it for this video. I'm waiting for this video to go viral like today. I mean, it usually takes a shorter video, like one of those little shorts or whatever. My friend on Instagram said that I should make shorter videos, but when I get to talking about something that is really of interest, I mean, I gotta put my opinion out there. I mean, this is the whole reason that I'm doing YouTube videos, to make my voice heard. And I hope y'all voted on the 8th also, by the way. That's a very important thing. Just want to throw that out there. But yeah, um if you don't mind, I appreciate that you hit the thumbs up on this video. Leave a comment or two. Let me know if you're a biracial child or the parent of a biracial child. Let me know what situations they had to encounter with being mixed. And most importantly, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a nice day. I'll holla.